Hey, it's Michael with a Y, and you're listening to My Reality Recap. Today I am here with America's Next Top Model Cycle 22 contestant, Courtney. Courtney, thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for asking. So I want to know what this whole experience was like for you on America's Next Top Model.
Well, the experience in general, it was kind of crazy for me because, as you could see, I was more of like a personal person. I kept to myself and I tried to open up, but sometimes it didn't go in my way how I wanted it. But I don't know, it really changed me and opened up and showed more of who I am.
Good. I mean, we saw you grow too, and it was like you were one of my favorites this season, and it was just so great to see you like grow as a person and as a model, and I was like so sad to see you go when you did.
I know, absolutely. I was actually really surprised of how far I got in the first place, actually, just because I had no experience going into it in the first place. You know, I think I made it as far as I could in that situation and just show them how much farther I can go outside of the show without needing their help or any of the judges or USI, anyone. It's just myself, you know?
Right, exactly. So what was your favorite photo shoot? If you could pick one of your favorites, which one would it be?
Well, my favorite one was for the Army shoot just because my little brother is disabled, so it kind of put in my head that you can be whatever you want no matter what, and it kind of set a good future for him in my head. And in my photo, I was thinking of, like, they fought for me and protected me, and now it's my turn to protect them. So that's what I thought of when I saw my photo. But in the competition, I think the comeback photo shoot with the dog was my best because I actually, watching it, I saw myself like grow from the week before, like even more than any other shoot.
Right, and the dog one was my favorite one of you too. Like when I saw that picture pop up, I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's Courtney. She's back. She's got this." And then I was just so sad that you and Mama got like eliminated during the challenge or disqualified because I was like, "Dang it, that might be what holds Courtney back from coming in."
I mean, part of me at the beginning, I was thinking, Mama, like, she had a scheme going on, like, she'd make me look bad and I'd make her look good. But, you know, it's a competition, and we talk on social media now and everything, so it's not anything personal, right. You know, it's just what you had to do, you know?
So I'm always interested in some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on in the show. So when do you guys do your confessionals? Like, when do you go and talk about each other?
Well, everyone has their own little time that they like to do it. I usually stay up really late until about 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Jeez.
So, yeah. I actually slept on the couch most of the competition.
Oh.
Just because I'm up all the time, so I'm downstairs awake while everyone else is sleeping. So I like to do it like really late when no one's fighting over it or waiting in line for it.
True, because they would show parts of the show where they would be waiting and they'd be fighting over who gets to go first. I was just curious to know when you guys had to do it. And I also want to know, how long are you guys on set? Because I know like some days when there's the 14 models there, you guys are shooting like all day. Is it like you guys wake up, get on set, and then when you guys leave, it's time to go to bed?
Well, the longest that we were actually on set for was 23 hours.
Ooh, wow.
But we had the next day off, so we got to sleep.
What photo shoot was it for?
It was for the first one, actually, of the top 14. The one with me and Mikey wrapped in mirror, the Bombs I Love one.
Really?
Yeah.
That one was that long?
Because we ended up doing that shoot for the beginning, like for the credits at the beginning of all of us. We did that also. So it was a long day.
That's so interesting. Thank you for all that. So I know the season is coming to an end. Who are you rooting for to win? And don't give any spoilers if you know, like this is a no spoiler podcast. So who would you love to see win?
Well, since the beginning, besides myself, there were just a few people that, like, out of the bunch that I really wanted. And I really want Niall out of everyone to win, just because you know, the whole disability thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he helped me through the competition, and he reminds me of my brother, and he kept me going. There was a time where I almost wanted to quit, and, you know, just thinking of Emmanuel in that situation, my little brother, like, as Niall, you know, he was like a older brother I never had type thing. It just kept me in there, and I didn't give up, so.
Right, and Niall's one of my picks to win, and so is Lacey. I would love to see either of those two win. And all of my listeners know on this podcast that I have a big crush on Niall, and so I want to know how are you able to control yourself around him, because he is one beautiful human being.
Well, you know, there was that whole thing with Mikey and everything. There's just like a lot of, you know, people are making a big deal out of crushes and everything. And when we actually laid in bed together, we actually did not sleep together. We woke up, like the whole house woke up like 20 minutes later. So it's just a lot of things that made it look weird, and like thinking that I'm playing people or not being truthful to my boyfriend. You know, I'm a very faithful...
It was like a weird edit, right?
Yeah. I'm a very faithful person, so, like, I'm really loyal. I don't cheat. I don't do anything like that. But, you know, a crush is nothing. Now, if you act on it, then that's something else.
So, you are still pursuing modeling. Where do you hope to see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, I actually have my first photo shoot since the show next weekend.
Ooh.
So I'm going to try to build myself off from this photo shoot to show how I can do off the show. And then I made a fund me to raise money to go to LA.
Well, I feel like you will be able to get there. So Top Model is actually coming to an end. The show is ending. How does that make you feel?
Well, it kind of makes me feel sad, just because, like, for many reasons, actually. Just me watching it, like, since I was little, and every time it ends, you, like, don't want it to end, and you just do runways in the mirror and, like, pose and stuff.
Yes, I do that too.
It's like, I wish I was on there right now. And just the fans and everything, like getting messages from them saying that they're only 15, 16 years old, and when they were old enough, they wanted to be on it. But, you know, you can't, like...
Right.
Things have to end sometimes, you know, to start new things. And Tyra has her new show. So it's just, you, like, gotta end somewhere and start something new, you know?
So, who is your all-time favorite model that's competed on the show? And you can't pick yourself.
Oh, that would be something I do. So many, oh my gosh. Well, it's a tie between Annalie Tipton, Layla from Cycle 19, and Lennox from Cycle 21.
Ooh, those are all good girls.
But I'd have to say Lennox, because she reminds me the most of myself. Like, I watched her and I decided to put my application in right when I saw her.
Aww.
And, yeah, I have a lot to thank Lennox for, so.
Okay, so I just have to ask this question as a fan of the show. When you were eliminated when they were talking to you and critiquing your photo, it came up that you have never looked inside a Vogue magazine. Have you looked inside one yet?
Yeah. Of course. Actually, since it was pre-recorded, I read one, like, a few days after I got home, you know, but I took a picture with it on Instagram, and no one knew anything about it yet, but I knew it would air, so I took a picture, and now people are like, wait, I thought you didn't read it before. And I'm like, no, this is after the show, but before it aired.
Gotcha. I'll have to go on your Instagram feed and scroll down and look at it, because I saw that and I was like, I gotta ask her if she's looked inside of Vogue yet, because if not, I'm gonna have to send her one and make sure she looked inside of it.
Yeah, really from the competition, I learned that you should, like, even if you can't afford it, you should look at the stuff, but it just makes you feel, like, kind of depressed sometimes, you know, just sad that you don't have the money to get it, and looking at what everyone else has and you don't, and just with my mom as well. She was a single mom with 6 kids, and most of us are moved out, but it's hard for her. Plus, my brother being disabled, it's a lot of work.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, Courtney.
Thank you.
How can all of my listeners find you on social media?
Well, my Facebook is Courtney DuPerow. My Instagram is IamBeautiful1994. And my Twitter is babygirl031994.
Okay, and I will make sure I put all of those links up on my website, so everyone listening, if you loved Courtney as much as I did, you can come to my website or find me on social media, and you can be linked to find Courtney.
Okay.
Thank you again, Courtney. We are so excited to see everything that you have in store for us in the future. And I want to thank all of you guys for listening. If you like what you heard, please click that subscribe button and give this podcast a 5-star rating. That'll make me feel really good inside. And I want to keep the conversation going with all of you. Tweet me at Michael with the Y or hashtag MYRR. Make sure to keep up with me on social media. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Michael with a Y, and that is spelled exactly as it is on here. Don't forget to smile, and remember, glasses are sexy.